It's been a minute now since I've been around middle schoolers, and especially like 100 middle schoolers. And the last time I was always in a classroom setting with them. But yesterday I was invited to go to this place, which was super cool, by the way. It's called the Troy Rec. And it is somewhere that the kids in the area can come hang out after school, and they get snacks, and they can just, there's basketball court and games and places to just sit and talk with one another and just be kids and be allowed to just be themselves. And it was awesome to watch this. But they wanted me to bring an activity for them because it was a Valentine's party that they were doing. So, based on the book, the bullet journal that I created, which by the way was inspired by middle schoolers when I was teaching my Feel Empowered Everyday class to them, and they were taking notes in the bullet journal form. This inspired me to create this book. So, what I did yesterday is I brought pieces of paper for them, and then on Canva, I put together various things that they could cut out and put in their bullet journals, and then like markers and fun tapes and stuff like that. So they were able to work on this project if they wanted to, and in a very informal setting, like come and go. And, it wasn't like a sit down, here's this thing. It was not structured, which was awesome for that age group. They really need that and love it. So I was picking up on those cues, and I was watching the way that I had to manage my strengths, because everything inside of me wanted to play on my empathy strength and all of the things that I was picking up on with these kids, because you could tell some of them are socially awkward. Some of them are a little bit more bullyish, not bully, but just, harder with one another. They test each other. It's social circumstances that they all have to figure out. And, typically, especially if you have the empathy strength, and when you're an adult, you want to like jump in and help smooth it out. And I've got my restorative strength right there who wants to help solve problems. And that wasn't my role. I had to know my role, and my role was to provide them with something different and something fun, and provide some kind of subliminal messages in the contents that they were working on. But it was not my role to jump into my strengths and talk to them and try to tell them a bunch of stuff and, like I said, fix their problems and, worst of all, awkwardly try to woo them and get to know them and be buddy with them so that they would like me. That was not what this was about. So I was tested to be in a situation where I needed to keep my strengths quiet. I needed to honor myself and not try to be something that I wasn't. But sometimes we just need to quiet them and not come out so bold, because we're picking up on the circumstances that we're in. And so that's part of the self-management piece of the self-intelligence model. So that was very interesting yesterday. And I was sitting there while I was watching them and listening to them interact and everything. And I just kept feeling all these variety of strengths popping up and like wanting to just jump out and go to work. And I'm like, no, this isn't the place. This isn't the time. This is where I get to honor other people being themselves and working through stuff to figure themselves out. And it was a beautiful, beautiful thing to watch these kids.